Greetings! My name is Nick Alamonos, and I am the creator of the Aenya series. And today I would like to talk about one of my favorite characters, Demacharon. So, who is Demacharon? The first thing is, let me show you. This is Demacharon. This is a cool custom action figure that one of my fans made for me. Charon is, in Greek mythology, the name of the ferryman who ferries the dead from the land of the living to the underworld. When the story opens, Princess Radia is attacked by her adopted brother Zebos with an army of archers who rain arrows down on her guards. And all of her guards are killed except for Demacharon. He is the one person who remains loyal to Radia, even though he is not from her kingdom. He's actually a foreigner from the land of Hedonia. And Radia doesn't understand why, of all the people that would be loyal to her, the one person that is the most loyal is somebody who isn't even from her kingdom. But because he's an older person, he's 55 years old in Princess of Aenya, he has a lot more experience in fighting, a lot more than the people of Tirnael, which is where Radia is from. And the reason for that is because Tirnael has been isolated from the rest of the planet because their city is situated in a circular mountain range, which makes it almost impossible for people to reach Tirnael. Because of that isolation, Tirnael has remained secure from invasion for thousands of years. And so the people of Tirnael really don't know much about actual fighting and combat. They don't have that experience. And so he is really better able to defend Radia and protect her. And he's the only one that really keeps to his oath. Demacharon has dreams in which he literally goes to hell. He is walking in a desolate landscape in this lifeless, otherworldly, hellish desert. He comes to a fence, and this fence, it's a low fence. It's very easy to climb over, but it's a metaphorical fence. And beyond the fence, he sees all of the dead, the people who have died, and these people sort of mill around like zombies, and they have no emotions, no expressions on their faces. And among these group of dead, he sees his wife and child. He climbs over the fence and he runs to them, but when he reaches them, they don't recognize him. They're unable even to respond to him. And this really is the most devastating thing, because all he really cares about and thinks about is the family that he lost. The dead people that previously were ignoring Demacharon, they turn around and they recognize him and they attack him. And they actually tear his flesh away. And they actually tear it even at his eyeballs. They remove his eyeballs. And he recognizes all these dead people as people that he has killed or tormented in his past life. And so this is very metaphorical of the guilt that he carries around with him, because these are all the dead that he has caused to be dead. And because of this, because of these war crimes that he has committed, he is never quite able to be with his family. There is a saving grace. There is something that gives him a sense of hope, and that is a light in the distance. And this is a light that he follows every night in his dreams. He is pursuing this light. And in the waking world, he's able to follow this light the way he does in his dreams, and it leads him north to the city of Turnile, which is where Radio lives. He has become very jaded and very disillusioned with the ideals of his country. And that happened when Demacharon was sent out on this long campaign where he was supposed to subjugate more primitive peoples. But always he had to leave his wife and child behind. And when he finally returns after many years campaigning out in the wilderness and doing things that he really wasn't proud of, he finally was able to be with his family. And then one day his son goes out to play by the beach. And when his son goes out to play by the beach, he gets attacked by one of the Mirkwood, who murders his child. And Demacharon sees this from a distance, and he runs to try to save his child. And when he gets there, it's too late. And the only thing he can do is sort of, with his bare hands, just try to murder this Mirkwood creature, which he does, but not before the Mirkwood actually claws his face, leaving a terrible scar across his face. It gets him to start thinking about his life and about the way he was raised and with the beliefs that were instilled in him from a young age about hedonia. And he realizes that he has basically fought all of his life to defend this kingdom and, in the name of the sea god Sargonis. And when he comes back, he loses the only thing that really mattered to him. And it was not just his son that he loses his wife as well, because his wife becomes so devastated by the loss of her son that she becomes like a ghost. And so he becomes himself very disillusioned, and he no longer cares about living. And yet, he's really not permitted to die, because he knows that what is waiting for him in the afterlife. And so what he decides to do is to do the only thing that he knows how to do, which is to commit his services as a soldier, as a warrior, to a more worthy cause. And so he goes to Turnile, and because he excels so much in fighting, he is quickly able to, even in his old age, to rise in the ranks of the Turnelian guard, and he ends up becoming one of the Praetorian guards in charge of protecting Radia. And so this is really where the Princess of Aenya begins, with Zabos trying to murder his sister to steal the throne from her, and Radia is forced to flee, and her only protector is this older, jaded warrior. And as they go on this journey together, they learn a lot from each other, because they have diametrically opposite personalities and experiences. Radia is very naive, very innocent, very idealistic. She believes in goodness. She believes in pacifism. And then, she really represents the romantic point of view. And then you have Demacharon, who, based on his life experience, he is much more gritty and a realist. They kind of learn from each other, and they kind of inspire and motivate one another as the story progresses. And there's no real clear answers, of course, but they discover that kind of in each other what is missing from within. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to know more about Demacharon and Radia, then please pick up the Princess of Aenya. You can get it directly from my website at nickalamonos.com, or you can get it from Amazon and barnesandnoble.com. And if you do enjoy the book, please visit Goodreads or Amazon to give me a good review. I do appreciate it. And thanks for watching.